morning, students. Today I will continue with the chapter People as a Resource, and the topic is the quality of population, because the quality of the population determines the progress of a nation, and the quality of the population of a country depends upon the literacy rate, health of a person indicated by life expectancy and skill formation. The quality of population decides the growth rate of the country, enhances cultural richness, national income, and increases the efficiency of governance. And the government has taken steps to educate the population are the Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan. It is a step towards elementary education to all the children in the age group of 6 to 14 years. The bridge courses, back to school camps, midday meal schemes is launched to encourage the attendance of the children in the schools, retention of the children, and improve their nutritional status. The government has established the pace setting of schools like Navodaya Vidyalayas in each districts of the India. Though all the steps have been taken by the government, still the literacy rate varies from male to female. It is the higher in the male areas, whereas the females still they are lagging behind, and the government in the 12th plan of the country endeavors to raise the country's gross enrollment ratio in the higher education in the age group of 18 to 23 years to 30% by the year 2020-21, which would be broadly in line with the world average. And this plan focuses on increasing the access, the quality, adoption of state-specific curriculum modification, convergence of formal and non-formal vocationalization, and networking on the use of information technology. The other area that enables the country's progress is the health. So in the health sector, why the government lays emphasis? Because it helps to realize one's potential and the ability to fight the illness. Because a healthy person helps in the production of the organization, and when the organization production increases, automatically the country's national growth is already there. And moreover, the Indian national policy, it aims at improving the accessibility and health care, family welfare, and nutritional services with a special focus on the underprivileged segment of the population. And with these policies, the government in the previous years and at present has raised the health infrastructure. And with this, what has happened now, the infant mortality rate, which was in 1951 was 147, has declined to 34 in the year 2016, and the life expectancy has increased, that is 68.3 according to the census or according to the data of 2014. It shows that the government is taking steps in the improvement of the health of the people of the country. So many medical colleges are there, and dental college, 381 the medical colleges and 301 are the dental college in our country. But these colleges are mostly in 4 of the states, that is the Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Maharashtra. And the government is making efforts to increase their percentage of the people in the health sector. So after this education and health, there is another area which is discussed here. It is unemployment. So what is unemployment? Unemployment means where people are willing to work, but they are not able to get the job. Means I am ready to work at the going wages, but I am not able to get the job. That situation is termed as unemployment. And this unemployment has 3 types. What are? First one is the seasonal unemployment, second is disguised, and third is educated unemployment. So what is seasonal? This first, seasonal and disguised, these unemployment exist in our country in the agriculture. Seasonal employment means people have a job for a particular period of the months in a year. For example, at the time of sowing, threshing, harvesting, weeding they have, and rest of the months in a year they are without the work. So it exists in the agriculture sector. And second is disguised unemployment. It means it is not visible. For example, there are 10 people working on 10 acres of land, but if we withdraw those 5 people out of 10 and the production does not has any impact. So means those 5 people are, though they are employed, but actually they are unemployed. So it is called disguised, means surplus of manpower, that is unemployment. Third is that is educated unemployment. It is only visible most of that is in the urban areas where people are having degrees in their hand of matriculation, graduation and post graduation, but they are not able to get the jobs in our country. But if we see the statistical data, and that is unemployment is very low, because what happens, people are engaged in one or the other activity, and due to the disguised unemployment in our country, they are shifting from primary to the secondary and tertiary sector, and busy in the small scale industries under the manufacturing sectors, which we have already discussed. And there is a tertiary sector that gives the employment in the biotechnology and IT sector. But what happens, because the population, that is the working population, consists of 15 to 59 years, means they have to feed to those occupational structure 0 to 15 years people as well as above 60 people. So we cannot, people those are 0 to 15 and 59 and above are unemployed. They are not unemployed, but they are depending upon the working population 15 to 59 years of age. So when these people are unemployed, so what is their impact? It leads to wastage of the manpower, feeling, and the people have feeling of hopelessness and despair among the youth, and increase the economic load on the country. Economic load in the means those working population is less, dependent is more, so they have to look after, and then it results in the quality of the life that is decreases, because they are to feed to the population. Thank you.